So should a man pay for everything? And I'm gonna be quite honest. This video right here kind of sparked my interest in this topic. We're gonna talk about it for a few minutes, and I'm gonna be out.
I'm gonna say, but Christmas, I paid. You know, I've always.
But Daddy,
my kids ain't never
I need to hear that first
I've
one
always
again.
paid.
You said you've been married to your wife 18 years and she ain't never paid what?
I've been married to my wife for 18 years, going on 19 years.
Blue
My wife has never paid a mortgage payment. She's never paid a gas bill, electric bill. She's never paid a cable bill. She's never had to pay insurance for her cars. I pay for all that. But that's what a fucking man does for his family. I'm not on no pedestal behind it, but that's what a man is. A man takes care of his family. My wife shouldn't have to worry about a goddamn mortgage payment. She doesn't have to worry about the lights being on, gas being on, food in the motherfucking refrigerator. She don't pay for food. She don't pay for none of that. That's my motherfucking job. Understand me? You don't have to be on a pedestal to do that shit. That's what a man do, and a man don't brag about this shit. I'm not bragging at all, but that's what a fucking man does. A man that got 8 children and 12 grandchildren.
Say it again.
Okay.
And I've never been under one child support order in my life.
And you take care of all of them. You do for
And
all
I
of
do
them.
for all my kids whenever they need me. All they gotta do is call their daddy, and I'm right there.
And
So if you meet a motherfucking nigga that can't treat you the way your father treats you, you don't need that motherfucker.
Oh! Mouthful
Hello,
said.
good fucking bye.
Mouthful said, goddammit.
Okay.
Mouthful said.
Say that shit, MJ.
Yeah, okay. Nah, and y'all know I'm an old head. This cat looks to be about 60. And the reason I bring that up is because he's from a different generation. A generation where a nigga with no high school diploma could go work at Chrysler, buy a house, buy a car, take care of his wife, his kids, put food on the table, and clothes on their back by himself. Different time frame, a whole era ago. That's not fucking possible today. And what you're doing with your thought process on what a real man is you putting other niggas down that's really working their ass off to do the best they can for their family. Cause see, and let's backtrack a little bit. Let's dissect the video just a tad bit. First off, let's say you're 60. You've been married going on 19 years. So that means at 40 years old, you got married. At that point, you had matured to who you were going to be as a man. You had learned from your mistakes. You know, like, and then you want to pick and choose what part of what's a real man. Is a real man marrying the woman that he had children with? Clearly, either you married somebody and left them, or you didn't marry them at all and had children. Is that a real man? But I'm being petty right there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nitpicking. In today's society, it's a rarity, especially in our community, that a brother makes enough money to be able to do that. It is not for lack of effort or lack of want. It is just basic economics. You have to have 2 incomes nowadays, whether you got kids or not. So it's unfair to put down niggas that's putting in work at home because they not in the same position that you were when you were 40 and started your marriage. It's unfair to sit, I hate this that's a real man or that's a real woman. It's not a real man or a real woman. It's the real man or the real woman for you. And your job, first, foremost, and forever, is to make that other person happy. More times than not. To make them a better person, to complete them. And if that requires her going to work and you going to work and y'all both putting in overtime, that doesn't diminish who he is as a man. I didn't pay child support. your era of women were not as quick to go to child support, or they didn't have the requirements that some of the women have now. If they need assistance from the state, now they got to put somebody's name down. It's required. In some states, I don't know about yours. So you're making an unfair comparison with an old school ideology and making good niggas out here feel bad about trying. Because, see, it's going to be some cat that works at McDonald's that works 60 hours a week and goes home to a little bitty ass apartment with his wife and 2 kids, and he's trying his ass off. And he see that shit and it hurts. Because he know he wants to be that guy, but he can't. He is doing everything he can to be that guy, but he can't. It does not mean that he's not a man, bruh. It just means he can't afford to live up to your standard. So y'all can take that and do what you want with it, man. But I do not think that a man should pay for everything, you know. And while we at it, it wasn't always a good thing back in the day when niggas was paying for everything. See, y'all like to make that shit seem all romantic and sweet. Y'all don't remember your grandfather who's fucking half the neighborhood. You know, you don't hear that shit until they start dying off. And then the skeletons come out the closet. You know. So stop acting like this shit was some type of altruistic thing that I just love my wife and I want to take care of her. That wasn't the case every time. Oftentimes, it was about controlling that woman. So be careful with how you define things for other people. It worked for you. If we were all in that financial situation, yes, that would be optimal. Have your queen sit at home, raise the kids, take care of the house, and you go out and make the money. Now, to be quite honest, another point that I want to bring up is that there are a lot of women out here that don't want to be taken care of because they've seen prior generations of women be taken care of, and then when he left, they had nothing. So who are you taking care of in that instance? Now, I can't extrapolate that to everybody. That would be wrong, wouldn't it?